we have to refer IS 1200. So that is name of that code is methods of measurement of building and civil engineering works. So this code we are going to refer so as to prepare an estimate. So let me show you the what you can say, one of the soft copy of what you can say these IS codes. So if you I hope it is visible to you guys. So you can see here IS 1200 part 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. In that way we have these many what you can say parts for different items of works. So let me open you one what you can say sample IS code. So you can see now. So here you can see this is IS 1200 part 1, right? So you can see here now methods of measurement of building and civil engineering works. So this part 1, it is for what you can say earthwork, right? So if you see if you want to do construction, so we are going to have different items of works, we have. So for item wise what happens is they have divided into different parts. It's like part 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and all. So part 1 is for earthwork. Exclusively it is for earthwork itself, right? So if you want to do calculation of earthwork, so we have to refer this code. So in this code what happens is that they have given the instructions how the measurements has to be done and when like classification has to be done. What all different what you can say categories we may have, right? So that we will try to see one by one, right? So therefore let me start with this presentation. So from this what you can say book itself I have taken all what you can say I have prepared this what you can say PPT. So I'll start here itself. I'll try to show here itself in the presentation, right? So if you see the code book, so first like in one code book I'll try to show you how I have taken the data. So here if you see in this part 1, that is first they have given the scope why it is being used. It is used for measurement of earthwork in building and civil engineering works. Then next they have given certain general rules, right? General rules, that is first one is clubbing of items, means what all items we can club, right? So items may be clubbed together provided that breakup of clubbed item is agreed to be on the basis of detailed description of items, right? So what happens means how we are going to club the item. Then next is booking of dimensions, right? Booking of dimensions, right? So same thing I have written, booking of dimensions, how the dimensions has to be booked and all. So if you see here in booking dimensions, the order shall be consistent, means what what format you are going to follow, it has to be consistent, and generally it has to be in the sequence of length, breadth and depth. So sometimes we call it as LBD sheet, length, breadth and depth or height, breadth or width, right? So it is one and same, right? It has to be in this sequence and it has to be consistent throughout, right? As per your convenience, you cannot change every time, right? So therefore it has to be consistent and it has to be in this sequence itself. Then next comes is measurements, right? Measurement, right? So what happens is that each dimension, for example if you are measuring any length, right? So each dimension shall be measured to a nearest of 0.01 meters, right? So after decimal point what you can have two digits, right? So that is 0.01 meters. Then next is areas shall be worked out to be 0.01 meter square. Similarly, if you are calculating volume, so it has to be nearest to 0.01 cubic meters, right? So very simple, after decimal point you can have two digits, right? So 0.01 meter, 0.01 meter square for area, and for 0.01 meter cube for what you can say when we are calculating volume, right? So you can remember this. So after decimal point, so many digits has to be used, right? Then next is similarly what happens that from this itself I have taken all this data and somewhere here I have shown all the data, right? Then next is that so let me tell you certain general rules first. After that I'll come to that part 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? So one is that measurement shall be item wise for finished item of work, right? So what it says is that so what measurement we are going to do, it shall be done item wise, that means excavation separate calculation, bed concrete separate calculation, right? So item wise separate calculation we have to do, and what calculations we are going to do, it has to be done for finished item of work. So you cannot say that like a half work, if it is completed, you cannot take it as a, you cannot say that that work is complete, right? So therefore, from start till end, right, what all work has to be done so as to complete that work, so all those things has to be taken, right? Then next is that, and the description of each item shall be held to include materials, right? We have tried the description in the particulars of item, so we have tried the description, so in that we have to write what materials we are going to do use. Then next, regarding transportation, regarding labor, if you have any fabrication works, then next is if you are going to have hoisting, tools and plants, overheads, and other incidental charges for finishing the works to the required shape, size, design, and specification, right? So if you are going to write means in the specification or in the description, we have to cover all these points. You have to cover all these points, right? So for example, you say that only flooring work has to be done, for example, right? So what labor says that, so material you are going to purchase is from the shop and it will be dumped in the site. Again, from in the site, it will be stored at one location. From there, it has to be brought to the place where it has to be like flooring has to be done. Who is going to take care of that? What you can say, transport, labor, like shifting of that materials and all. Like if you are going to work on different what you can say floors, when you go for high risk construction and all, then next, what will be like, who is going to take care of this lifting of that materials? Regarding the tools and plants, who is going to bring? Different machineries, different instruments are required so as to complete the work, right? So who is going to take care of all those things? Any other overheads, if you have any other incidental charges, if you have all the taxes, everything has to be taken care, right? All the right. Then next is that we have to finish the work to the required shape, size, design, and specification, right? So all this care has to be taken, right? So therefore, when you say that, when you are going to do the measurement, so it will be inclusive of all those things, right? Then next is that the nomenclature of each item shall fully describe so that the work involved in item is self-explanatory. The descriptions what we are going to write, so it has to be like fully you have to describe. And another thing is that it has to be self-explanatory. It has to be self-explanatory. There should not be any contradictions, right? So that client should get one meaning, and like the contractor, he'll get take one meaning and all. Afterwards, you don't have contradictions in that what you can say works and all. So therefore, it has to be self-explanatory, and you have to describe fully so that you should not have problems at the end, right? Then next is that in booking dimensions, the order shall be in the sequence of length, breadth, and height, depth or thickness, right? So this sequence we have to follow. Next is that already I had said you measurements, right? So unless otherwise stated herein, after all the work shall be measured in the net decimal systems as fixed in position as given below. So each dimension shall be measured to a nearest of 0.01 meter when we are what you can say writing the length. Then next, this is regarding the area. It has to be worked out to nearest of 0.01 meter square. And if you are going to measure volume, so it has to be nearest to 0.01 cubic meters, right? Then next is same type of work under different conditions and nature shall be measured separately under what you can say separate items, right? So for example, what happens is that we'll start with excavation works now, right? So when we are going to do excavation, right? So when you are going to do when we are going to do excavation, different types of soils, right? So rates, they are going to vary. Why? Because if you are going to have very hard strata, right? So it becomes very difficult for us to do the excavation. If you don't have any soft soil and all, easily you can do excavation, right? Underwater, again it will be different, right? If you are going to have certain water table, right? So therefore, what happens is that different what you can say same type of work means excavation means it is excavation itself, right? Whether you do it what you can say whether it is in dry condition or whether you have water, so same type of excavation but under different condition, under different condition, what happens is that different machineries, different manpowers, time required will be more. There are many different criteria. So therefore what happens is that same type of work under different conditions and nature shall be measured separately, under separate items, right? So what happens is, what it says is that under if you are going to have water table, that has to be measured separately. If you are going to have arts data, separate, right? So if the conditions are same, you can measure in one sub heading itself. If the conditions are different, you cannot club the item. Why? Because rates, they are going to vary. Sometimes it may increase or sometimes it may decrease. Then next is, the bill of quantities shall fully describe the material, proportion and workmanship and accurately represent the work to be executed. The BOQ what we have, so it has to describe in detail regarding the materials, what has to be used, what proportions we have to use, and what is the workmanship, right? Then next is works which by its nature cannot be accurately taken off or which requires site measurements shall be described as provisional, right? So what happens is that sometimes it becomes difficult for us to, what you can say, take take the measurements from the drawings itself, right? So sometimes what happens is that we have to do site measurements also, right? So that has to be described as provisional. Then next is that in case of structural concrete, if you take any, what you can say, column for example, right? Column work, beam or slab or any other items, structural concrete works, or what you can say, brick work or stone masonry works, the work under the following categories shall be measured separately and the height shall be described, right? So for example, if you take one column for example, right? And we are going to have like a 3-storied building. Now we are having 3-storied building, right? 1 2 3-storied building we have, right? So from foundation to plinth level, this has to be measured separately. Again from plinth to first, this has to be measured separately. Again from first to second, and so on, and again so on, right? So this has to be measured separately, this has to be measured separately, and this has to be measured separately, whether it is a column, beam or slab or any other item you take. Here also we do brick masonry, here also we do brick masonry, here also we do brick masonry, right? So what happens is that for different, what you can say, at different levels, what happens is that it has to be measured separately. From foundation to plinth, you have to do measurement separately, whether it might be any concrete work or brick or stone masonry work or block works and all, any other works you take, right? So level wise separately measurement has to be done, right? So for example, in Bijapur itself, if you take, so at ground level they will be charging certain rate, right? So when you go like if you take centering works itself, they'll charge around 120 rupees per square feet, right? So when you go for first floor, construction, what they do is they'll take 120 rupees per square feet, plus additionally what they say is that you have to give like 10 to 20 percentage extra for lifting charges. Again when you go for the second floor, again they'll charge you extra, again next floor they'll charge you extra, right? Either one thing is that either you have to lift the material and you have to give it to them, or they lift the material, you have to pay them extra, right? In this what happens is that as the number of stories they are going to increase, lifting and all manpower requirement, many things will be extra. So therefore what happens is that, so rates also they will vary, right? So therefore what happens is that in this way we have to do the measurement, right? Then next is uh, the units of different works depend upon their nature, size and shape, right? So what is the unit of measurement now, right? So some I'll come. So what happens is that we are having different items of work, and then next is that the units of different items of works, it depends upon the nature, size and shape, right? So in general what happens is that the units of different items of works are based on their following principle, right? So first one is that if we are going to have mass, voluminous and what you can say thick works, So that will be measured in what you can say cubic units or volume or like cubic meters or cubic feet, right? So for example, if you take mass or voluminous works, like for example, if you take excavation, right? So here what happens is that in all the three dimensions, it is going to vary when you take length, breadth and depth, right? So therefore this can be called as mass works, right? So if you take any concreting works also, right? So the unit of measurement will be cubic meters, or we are following metric system, so therefore unit will be cubic meters, or it will be in some countries it will be cubic feet and all, right? So if you are going to have mass work, we are going to measure it in cubic units, cubic meters or cubic feet and all. That means we are, if you want to do measurement of such type of works, what we have to do, we have to do the measurement of length, breadth and height or depth, right? So if you multiply length, breadth and depth, definitely you are going to get the volume. You are going to get the volume, right? Or you are going to get the cubic contents. That is, we are following cubic meters, right? So if you want to calculate mass works, we are going to measure length, breadth and depth or height, right? So as to get the volume, right? So some works, what happens is that they are shallow, thin and surface works, right? So that has to be measured in square units, or we have to measure the area. So now example of this, you can take it as like plastering you take, right? So if you see plastering, what happens is, so if you take any wall, for example, if this is the wall now, this is the wall, right? So plastering, what we do, we are going to measure area of a plastering. That means we are going to note down what you can say this length, and we are going to note down the depth of this wall. We are going to note down the depth of this wall, right? So we are going to measure area of this plastering, right? Then next is, we are not going to calculate volume of this plastering. Why? Because what happens is that thickness of plastering, it will remain same throughout, right? So therefore we need not consider, right? So this can be called as shallow and what you can say thin surface works, right? So if you see the thickness of what you can say plastering, it is very less compared to its length and what you can say depth, right? So therefore therefore we are going to calculate this in area units, whether it is in square meters or square feet. Similarly, if you take painting works now, right? So painting also same thing, we are going to take length and we are going to take depth, right? If you want to see the thickness of what you can say painting, it's very difficult, we cannot measure thickness, right? So therefore that type of item we call it as shallow and thin surface works. Similarly for flooring also you can see, right? So we are going to measure, for example, if this is the floor, we are going to measure length and we are going to measure the breadth. So thickness of the flooring material, if you take any vitrified tile and all, 8 mm 10 mm we have, so that thickness, it will remain constant, right? It will remain constant. If you take granite or 80 mm 18 mm 20 mm we have thickness, right? Thickness will remain constant. So therefore we will not consider the thickness of that material, only we are going to take length, breadth or depth of the material. That means we are going to calculate the area of that item, right? So if you want to calculate the area, what we do, we have to note down the length multiplied by breadth or height, right? So either it might be in square meters or square feet, right? But we are following metric system, therefore we'll follow this square meters. Then next is long and thin work shall be measured in linear or running units, right? And linear measurement shall be taken as running meter, right? So for example, now I hope you might have seen the skirting works, right? So I hope you have seen what you can say, for example, if this is a wall, right? If this is a wall, so what happens is that in your houses and all, you see on this wall, so at the bottom you can see that there is one strip, there is one strip here at the bottom of this wall, right? Wherein they are going to fix the tile works, right? So they are going to fix the tile work. So what happens is that if you see this height of this, what you can say, skirting works, it is fixed, right? Like it will be like 3 inches or 4 inches, right? Height is fixed. Thickness of that, what you can say, tile will also be fixed. Only what is the variable now? Only length is going to vary. It depends upon the length of the wall, right? So this type of items, what we do, we are going to measure it in what you can say running unit, or we call it as running meters. Running meters. That means only we are going to measure the length. We are going to specify what is the thickness of that material and what is the height of the material that has to be fixed, right? So I'll say that we have to use vitrified tile of like 8 mm thick, and height is like 100 mm, 4 inches, right? In the description we are going to write. In calculation what we do, only we are going to measure the length, right? We are going to measure the length, right? So this type of item, it is being measured in running meters. Or sometimes what happens that if you take any like water supply line you have, or sanitation plumbing lines you have, right? So if you want to do measurement of what you can say pipeline, right? If you want to do measurement of this pipeline, so what we do is that only we are going to measure what is the length of this pipe, right? So other, like we are going to, in the description we are going to write what is the diameter, what is the pipe, what is the material which is being used, right? Only we are going to measure the length, right? So this type of units means works are being measured in running meters, right? I hope it is clear. Then next is, sometimes what happens is that other than this, what happens is that there are some works which cannot be measured in this way, so we go for pieceworks or job works, right? The etc shall be enumerated, that is taken in number, right? For example, if you take in your house itself, we are going to have wash basin, right? So wash basin, what happens is that we cannot measure area and all, right? So we can measure it in piece, or like job works, like one wash basin is required, two commodes are required, three Indian type of what you can say water closets are required, right? So in that way we are going to measure it in what you can say numbers. We are going to measure it in numbers, right? So this is what we follow, right? So mass works, it is, we are going to calculate the volume, that is cubic meters. Area works, we are going to calculate area, that is square meters. And long what you can say works, if we have, we are going to measure it in running meters. If this is not possible, we have to have it in what you can say piecework, that is in numbers. We are going to follow. This is the basic principle of what you can say units of measurements, right? So now one by one, what we do, we in the IS code, each and everything is being specified, right? So when it comes to excavation now, so what should be the unit of measurement? So already they have given it in what you can say code book, right? So that much you should remember, right? So first we'll start with what you can say part 1, IS 1200 part 1, they have given regarding the earthwork, right? So that is what I had shown you. This is part IS 1200 part 1, that is for earthwork, right? So here they have given what you can say booking of dimensions, right? So in every code book, what happens is that how the dimensions has to be measured, this and this in every code book they have given, right? Same thing just now what I had said, how the booking of dimensions has to be done, that is we have to what you can say do the measurement in the sequence of length, breadth and depth or height. Then next is measurements, right? So for length it is nearest to 0.01, area 0.01 meter square, and for volume it is 0.01 cubic meters, right? So that is what it is being given here in this what you can say measurements, how the measurements has to be done, right? Then next is works to be measured separately. So here itself, if you see in the code book 2.4, they have given works to be measured separately, right? So work in or underwater, that has to be measured separately. You cannot club, right? Work in foul condition, work in tidal condition, work in snow, right? So you cannot club what you can say all these items under only one subhead, right? So all these what you can say items has to be measured separately. You cannot club the items, right? Then next comes is what you can say. So again, they have given in detail here like a classification of what you can say soils and all, soft and loose soil, hard dense soil has to be measured separately. This mud, what you can say soft or like soft rock, hard rock, how whether required blasting, whether it blasting is prohibited, how the measurements has to be done and all, everything they have given. Then next is methods of measurement or various types of excavation. So here they have given one sentence. See, the measurement of earthwork shall be done in cubic meters unless otherwise mentioned, right? So in the BOQ or in your documents, right? So if it is given differently, you have to follow, like sometimes they measure it in square meters also, right? So if it is given, then you have to measure. Unless otherwise stated, what happens is that you have to do the measurement of excavation in cubic meters itself, right? So many a times they ask the questions when you go for interviews and all. So excavation and all, like you are telling that it has to be measured in cubic meters. So where it is being written and all, right? How you are saying. So each and everything it is being given in the code book itself, right? So in the code book they have given excavation has to be measured in cubic meters unless otherwise mentioned, right? If they are saying some other criteria, if they have mentioned square meters and all, as per client requirement, you can change. But unless otherwise specified, so you have to measure it in cubic meters itself. Right. Then next is what you can say, surface excavation. Right. So in last time, one of the PWD exams and all, this question was asked. What when you call it as a surface excavation? Right? Excavation exceeding 1.5 meters in width as well as 10 square meters on plan, but not exceeding 300 in depth shall be described as surface excavation. Right. So I said you that sometimes excavation is being measured in what you can say square meters, right? So when you are going to measure, when it is a surface excavation, right? So when you call it as a surface excavation, when excavation exceeding 1.5 meter in width as well as 10 square meters on plan, but not exceeding 300 in depth. It should not exceed 300 in depth. So that can be called as surface excavation, and that has to be measured separate. That is in square meters, right? Similarly, like they have given many things. That much in detail we don't will not go. So how much it is required for us, that much I have covered, right? Then next I'll go to part two, right? So I'll go to this what you can say